Young men are getting more and more separated from reality, and it makes us want to die. We aren't in control of our thoughts or our actions or our habits. We haven't put enough time into figuring out why we're alive and what it is we're here and what we're supposed to do, what we're supposed to work on. And we look to women and video games and food and people in general, entertainment, to make us feel good. But none of us feel good. None of this stuff makes life better. Men have easy access to porn, delicious food, and adventure in video games and fake battles. And yet, in this day and age, men are killing themselves more than ever. I got married at the age of 19, and I quickly went from a degenerate young man who was okay with sleeping around and not living on purpose and not taking life very serious, to being a man who actively and desperately wanted to get his shit together so that he could hold every blessing that God was giving him. I wanted to be able to maintain and hold on to everything good that I was being gifted. So this perspective is coming from a 26-year-old man who has a beautiful wife and 2 daughters, and I have the life I think a lot of young men want, the gift of a family, the gift of a purpose, the gift of having drive in life, because that's what young men want. They hate video games deep down. They hate porn deep down. Men don't want everything society is giving them. We want something else. You're probably weak now, but that can be remedied. If you're anything like me, you have plenty of experience where your higher mind or your righteous self is able to view yourself when you're doing shit that you told yourself you weren't gonna do. Whether it's watching porn or eating bad food or skipping a workout. Your higher mind, your righteous mind, can take a minute and watch what you're doing. It's almost like you have two personalities at once, and you're giving in to your pleasures, and you know that you're sacrificing the life that you actually want. You're sacrificing your goals and your deeper vision for your life by giving in to these animalistic tendencies and cravings. It's a weakness. But like I said, weakness can be fixed. Strength can be acquired. But where do we start? Men struggle doing the right thing because we have too many bad things that we're addicted to. If we can clear out the bad things that we do by tackling one at a time, then suddenly we make room for our higher mind, our righteous mind, and right thinking. Getting strength by cutting out bad habit after bad habit gets us closer to being strong enough to tell our animal side to fuck off, which is what you want, because if you stopped doing all the things you say you don't want to do, then you'd have the ability to actually do the things you say you do want to do, in turn being able to create the life you want for yourself. Your inability to quit doing bad things is the direct cause of your inability to do what you want to do in life. Men want to build things with their hands. We want to use hammers, we want to use nails, we want to buy lumber and build shit. I know this because we waste hours and hours playing Minecraft. We want struggles, we want to win fights and wars. We want to overcome struggles. I know this because we play RPGs. We want a form of comfort and love, so we seek it through women and porn. But the thing is, these are all true and good desires, but none of them are supposed to be fulfilled from the sources from which we're looking. If you're craving to build something, go to Home Depot, buy some lumber, build a simple desk. If you're craving a war or a battle, if you need to get out this aggression, then pull out a piece of paper and on the desk that you just built, write out all the strategies and all the ways you can fight your inner bitch, all the ways you can win in life. Make it a game, make it a war. It's a war against yourself, it's a war against evil. If you are trying to find comfort in women, realize that a true man, a righteous man, wants a relationship so that he can give, so that he can provide, so that he can create for. Not so that he can take the comfort from the woman, not so that he can take her body, not so that he can get anything from her, but so that he can provide for. Because the comfort that a man gets is from the knowing he can provide. It's so much deeper than what men think it is. Men say, go hook up with a bunch of women so that you can be comfortable within yourself. This doesn't create comfort inside yourself. It creates discomfort. Men need to get their energy from their life task, from the work that they're doing, from the goals that they're headed towards, from the daily grinds and the disciplines of the boring shit that they have to do every day. That's what should give you energy. That's what should motivate you to keep going. That's what should give you the comfort of liking yourself, because you're doing everything in your power to do everything you were created to do. A real man has a God-given purpose that keeps him fired up. Beta males use women to stay fired up and excited. And it's empty. A righteous man works to provide a wonderful life for the people around him. Men need a leader. If we think that we are the ultimate authority, it becomes too easy for us to change the rules. We'll set something as good or bad inside of our own mind, and then the moment it is inconvenient to hold that belief, we'll let it go, and we will let ourselves slip. When I completely gave myself to my faith, it was a lot easier to call evil evil and good good. It wasn't me making up the definitions based off of how I felt anymore. So it was easier for me to know what to cut out and what to adopt as good habits, what to cut and what to gain. And my thinking became more right and righteous. If you're a man and you're going off of your own inner compass, you're going to change the rules because you made the rules. So men need a leader. If we are the ultimate authority, if we are the highest authority in our life, we'll just turn into tyrants. I didn't make the rules that I follow, so I have a much easier time not fudging the rules around. Men need a father figure to guide them. I'm not saying you need to adopt the same faith. I'm just sharing the simple fact that if you are the ultimate authority in your life, then you're going to suffer. Because quite simply, you're not as good as you think you are. You kind of suck. Gaining control over yourself and your animal actions is the path to becoming a righteous man who is worthy of life's greatest gifts. one of those gifts being family. Most men don't want to think about the fact that the women that they are over sexualizing in person, at the bar, or on the screen are some other man's daughter. Men's biggest fault is the ability to disregard the truth of reality and turn a blind eye towards the truth so that we can live with ourselves and our filth. If you get your shit together and you become the type of man who is worthy of having a family, your thoughts on women will have to change. You'll have to desexualize your mind. Guys in the manosphere blame women for the over sexualization and of women in culture and media, but they don't turn around and put the blame on the person who is actually at fault, which is themselves. They're the ones that are over sexualizing women, not seeing women for the beautiful creatures that they actually are. You know, potential mothers, somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, someone worth protecting, someone worth a lot more than just their body. You can cast blame upon anything. You can cast blame upon anything in life. A lot of these red-pilled men are so upset with all the women in the world, and because they're just a bunch of sluts, you know, and whatever. But they're not understanding that if they just go inside themselves, a huge part of the issue can be fixed. Your own personal life, if you turn your value system around inside, then your own little world that you live in will change, because what you focus on is what you get. So if you're focused on being angry at sluts, like a lot of the red-pilled manosphere men are, they're just going to keep on seeing more of the shit that bothers them. I want to read a tweet that I wrote that's kind of talking about the same thing. If the people you surround yourself with act in a way you find very unpleasant, the first person to blame is yourself. You create your friend groups, you create your mindsets, you create and uphold your boundaries. Only you can change what you don't like. If you gain control over your wicked brain, then your small world will improve. Then all you have to do is keep your little universe sacred and protected. Encapsulate your wonderful life and make it strong enough so that it's incorruptible. The strength, the change you want, it all starts with you. I make videos where the goal is to give young men reality checks so that they can fix their life and have the clarity that they need to create the life that they want, a life that's worth living. One of the best things I ever did was start knocking out the little bad habits that I was partaking in that I didn't think were affecting my life, you know, on the bigger scale, but they really were. Getting rid of the small things that turned out to not be beneficial for any aspect of my life made a lot of room for a lot of small improvements to come in that have profoundly changed my life for the better. Like I said before in the video, if you struggle with all these bad habits and bad addictions, those are the main things that are getting in the way of you adopting the habits that would actually improve your life. Your inability to stop doing the things that you don't want to do is the very reason you are unable to do the things that you would like to do. So if you want to stop living an oxymoron life, if you want to start living truthfully and gain some self-respect back, check out my other videos and videos of other guys and just stay on the path of trying to fix your brain and deny the world and all the pleasures it's trying to send your way. Delete your Instagram app. Delete TikTok. It's all porn at this point. If you struggle with drinking or smoking weed, I made a video talking about how I overcame that. It should be on the screen. You can click that if you like. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you next week. Cheers.